We are setting up. One quick second here. Hello, welcome. It's been a while. Welcome to the Sunday night stream. We're going to get a bunch of things going this evening. But before we get into that, we're going to start out per usual with our drink of choice here. So let's get that going. Thank you guys for already being here and hanging out. We're going to do something pretty similar, but a slightly different than my usual sort of drink here. Let's get a lemon. Let's see if we have a different lemon. It's feeling a little soft here. Let's see how this works. Let's see how this goes. All right, we're going to do obviously like a vodka soda, but we're going to be a little bit craftier with it. Start with lemon here. See what this looks like on the inside. It just feels so soft. This is just going to be our garnish. I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't know if this is going to work, but little rosemary garnish, rosemary lemon, right? Poke that through. Something like that. I'm okay with it. All right. Cute little garnish to start. Where's our glass? Here's our glass. Let's get some ice. Yes, I don't have an ice machine. It's like the bane to my existence. I hate filling this guy up. Okay. Got enough ice in there. Ugh. The other thing is that I have pear vodka, which sounds kind of odd, but it's honestly really good. So let's get our little garnish in here. Just to the side. Slide him in there, and then we're gonna actually pour the vodka over the rosemary in hopes that like has some sort of infusion aspect to it. Then we have our Perrier, a little lemon Perrier for a little lemon rosemary pear drink. And again, that over the rosemary as well, just in hopes for some slight infusion piece there. Let's crack the next one. Just to top her off. Cool. All right, a cute little drink to start the evening. Cheers. are coming to hang out. Look at that garnish. Look at how cute. Look at that. Look at that. All right. I even get some rosemary in there. I'm happy with it. All right. So, like I was saying, today is going to be somewhat of an involved cooking session. I was thinking about everything that's going on in the world, and obviously Ukraine is like a huge top of mind. And I was thinking, like, what's a fun Ukrainian dish? What's something like that we can make that's from Ukraine? And just like every other country, they have their version of a dumpling, right? So when I think about like Hispanic dumplings, those are empanadas. When I think about Italian dumplings, it's like ravioli, right? Asian dumplings, it's like the xiaolongbao or any type of dumpling. Poland, they have the pierogies. This is their version of the dumpling. I love dumplings. We haven't made dumplings in ages. So let's make dumplings tonight. These are called Varenykys, I think is how you pronounce it. Varenyky, which is a even cooler thing because it's a fun thing to say. So with Varenykys, or their version of dumpling, it's a basic dough, flour, water, salt. We're going to use a little bit of milk. And then it's really all about the filling. These are quite similar to pierogies when it comes to filling. They're either going to be a savory or a sweet. If you know me at all, we are obviously doing the savory version tonight. And I was thinking, let's do like a potato, cheese, and onion. That sounds fun to me. And then once we finish that, or kind of get those prepped and ready, we're going to transition to French food, which is going to have sausage in it. So I was also thinking like maybe do like a sausage filled one as well. But we'll kind of see here. So to start, we're going to get the dough going. I suck at doing anything dough related, so we'll see. We'll see. I've obviously never made this either. So the other thing is we need to cook the potatoes. So let's get that going first. Get our water hot, and then let's make the dough. So we'll fill this up. Get some salt in here. All right. That guy going. All right. Once again, I struggle with baking and pastries and dough, so this could be. We might scrap the Varenykys right off the bat here, but let's give it a good old try. Their recipe called, and I'm taking a basic recipe, and we're gonna kind of do our own thing with it. Their recipe called for 5 cups of flour. It's like Jesus Christ, like that's so much flour. So we're gonna half it at least here. Perfect. And it does call for milk, basically. And this is where we're already changing the recipe per usual here. So when we do dough for like Chinese dumplings, one of the things about like one of a very key piece to this like recipe, or to that dough recipe, is using boiling water as your wet element to get the dough going. And the reason is like the hot water has a chemical reaction with the dough, or with the flour, excuse me, and it creates this like these elastic strands within your dough, and that's really what you want, so it doesn't break easily, and then you have this like really doughy, gummy almost texture, which is like what we're looking for here. So this doesn't call for that, but I think like, hey, let's use that technique, and hopefully it translates well. But so instead of their milk or their kind of cream aspect being cold, we're gonna heat that up. It called for 1/2 cup of milk. We're having it, so a fourth. That doesn't really feel like a lot. And since we're heating it up, it's fair to say that it will reduce a touch, which I think is also fair to say we can add a little bit more milk or fat to it. So we're doing just under a 1/2 cup, and that's part heavy cream and part just whole milk. And again, I don't know if this is gonna make or break the recipe, but we'll see. All right, so let's get that kind of heated up. And then in the meantime, let's get the rest of our dough going here. Oh. Just in case you guys were looking for what the menu was, you can always do exclamation point menu like this. And we'll show you what's good here. Okay. All right, so 5 cups, we're having it. We're going to do 2.5 cups of flour. And a little halfer. Looks about right. All right, hit it with our little salt kick. And let's also turn the oven on. We're using it all, guys. We might even get all 4 burners going here in a moment. All right, so while that's all kind of coming up to temp, let's get a little bit more situated here. And let me just double check that recipe. Salt, milk, butter. That's really it. Cool. Oh. All right, is this guy even on? What are we doing here? This feels like a lot of flour, but who knows? And then the reason we're doing the flour right now is, or the dough right now, it needs to rest for 30 minutes. So always waiting on something here. All right, this is steaming up really nicely. That looks great. All right, beautiful. This is just starting to boil. Turn off the heat immediately. And we're gonna add this just in like small little batches. It's about half. It looks like nowhere near enough liquid. Love that. All right, it's starting to bead, which is exactly what you're looking for with the kind of wetness here, but this is nowhere near enough liquid. Let's get some softened butter going. It like wants to clump, but it's just nowhere near enough liquid. It's too not enough moisture in this guy. You know. All right, so we're gonna add our semi-melted butter here. This should help. All right, well, so much for my hot technique here. I'm not sure this is gonna be what we were hoping for. All right, let's add more milk to this hot thing. Just add the rest of the milk, bring that up, and then we can keep adding as we see fit here. It's like almost there, but definitely not enough. See how it's like starting to come together as like a slight, it just is too dry still. So we'll get that going. Let's check on our water as well. It's coming up. I've spoken on this before. I'm all about efficiencies, right? So with the other dish we're doing, it's going to be this. There's tomatoes involved. That's all we need to know at this point. Easiest way to get the skin off the tomatoes, is to boil them for like a minute or two. So we're going to do that really quickly before we get the potatoes going. So we'll start with that. Let's get a score on these guys real quick. If you haven't done this before, just typical tomato. Where's my camera? Take the bottom. We're doing a quick X, just like that. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. All right, we're gonna put these in the almost boiling water here. Come on. All right. It's gonna come up in just a quick second, and then it will be like a minute, and we can pull this out. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. A moment to cheers for all those partaking. All right, we're almost boiling here, so it's 5:18. Just do a quick minute in there, and we'll be good. All right, it's almost to the temp we're looking for here. Come on, brother. starting to boil there. This is boiling. Okay, skin's popping. Actually, leave this on. Just take these guys out real quick. All right, cool. We have our tomatoes. The skin's already peeling off. Set these aside. We good to go in a moment. Take this guy off the heat. All right, let's put a little bit more of this hot milk in here. Turn this heat down. Let's get this dough going. All right. Great. Starting to finally come together here. All right, let's get this kneaded a little bit. All right, this is looking absolutely great. Whenever you have dough like this, you do want to knead it for like at least 5 minutes, I won't lie. Depending on the dough, possibly more. But with this, 5 minutes is about all that we need. And we're going to put it in a well-oiled bowl and then into the fridge for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to get the rest of our filling going for this guy. And really just like fold it on and over itself. And then press as hard as you can, just really trying to incorporate it as much as you can here. All right. Woo! It's getting hot in here. This is our dough. Put it right in this guy. Get some olive oil on it. Beautiful. Okay, into the fridge, about 30 minutes. Whew, it's getting hot. Whew. All right, dough's going. I'm okay with it so far. We'll see how it turns out in 30 minutes. Hopefully it's like malleable enough that we can actually use it. Again, I suck at making dough, so we'll see. We will see. We're just doing a quick little cleanup, and then let's get our potatoes going next. All right, quick peel. I'm getting hot, guys. Can you tell? Like, holy shit, I'm starting to sweat. Woo! All right, we're gonna get a quick peel on these guys going. Favorite pastime. This is easily the best peeler in the world. Don't ever do like the other guys that you're probably usually familiar with. All right, looking good enough. This is our first one. What a cutie. All right, we're gonna do 2 of these, I think. I got 3, but like a lot of potato filling, I feel like. So let's do 2. What's up, Devin? Good to see you. First time chatter. Welcome, welcome. All right, we got our second one. Awesome. All right, now if you've ever cooked potatoes, and like hopefully you have, who hasn't cooked potatoes before? They take forever to cook, or especially boil. So typical rule of thumb is to do a basic dice. And this is going to cut the cooking time down by like 50% almost. Goes in our water. Woo! Let's get this cleaned up just a bit. All right. This can go away. All right, bear with me while we do a quick moment for cleaning. Get our potato heat up. What else we got going on over here? All right, the other thing we want to do is let's talk about this. Let's pump the brakes here for a second. So we're making these Varenyky dumplings, right? These are straight out of Ukraine. We're gonna do a potato filled with cheese and onion, which is like a classic. And then we're also gonna maybe do a meat-filled one, which I think will be really good, but we'll see how that goes. We're gonna do a sour cream horseradish like dipping sauce that's gonna go with it. It's like very traditional. And then the other thing that we're making is this soup, right? I want to do this like series, basically where we take like a simple dish and we try to make it as like gourmet or as like fancy Michelin Star as possible. So we're gonna start with like a basic French soup. It's actually like a soup of my childhood, and we're gonna, if like, to be honest, like it's a great soup. It tastes delicious, but it looks very like trailer trashy, so to speak. Sorry, mom. That's my mom's recipe. Um, but yeah, it like doesn't present well. Like all you're doing is putting soup in a bowl, right, and like some greens on top, which is great and fine. But like we're better. We can do better, right? So the goal here is we're going to do a very similar soup. We're going to try and elevate it as much as we can. And I have a couple cool ideas that's going to go with that here. So the first thing is going back to those tomatoes. We are going to basically oven roast them with some carrot, some garlic, and then we're going to make it's similar to the pomodoro sauce, and that's going to be kind of our base. There's also going to be a liquid as well, and then like a veggie meat piece as well. I know I'm not describing this well, but I promise you it's going to be a good time. But let's get some of that going first. Our oven is up to temp anyways, so all right, let's take a look at these tomatoes. All right, so you can see like the skin blistered on these, right? A little bit. And you just, oh, look how easy that is. All right, so we'll get a quick peel on all three of these. Beautiful. All right, the other piece is we're going to do, for a little bit of body, we're going to do a little bit of carrot. The other thing is like tomatoes extremely acidic, right? So a lot of times in tomato sauces, it like the secret ingredient is sugar, which is fair. It needs that to balance it out, but this is going to be our sugar aspect, the carrot, and it's I'm hoping going to be really subtle, and then give it some like body and some balance is the thought process. This is actually going to be somewhat of a puree that's going to be at the very base or bottom of our dish. And the goal with this is to just like have it be as pure to the tomato as possible, like as cleanly tasting like tomato as possible. So I get this to look a little bit better. Without like muddying up all the flavors. I don't think the carrot's gonna overtake it too much, so I think we'll be okay there. So we're just peeling some more. Again, love this. All right, so these look good. Carrot, we're just gonna do some small, rough, basic chop here. It's gonna get blended. Doesn't have to look pretty. Let's hit this with some olive oil at the bottom. Kind of roll those all about. Let's cut our little core out. All right, and these we're going to do kind of thick slices, maybe just in thirds. It's already peeled. They're already like begging to fall apart here, so like as much as we can keep them looking like themselves, And again, we're going to blend all this at the end here. So all right, we got olive oil on the bottom. Let's do a quick hitter on top. I gotta get garlic on here too in a second. And then salt. Don't be afraid of the salt, guys. All right, quick little garlic. And then we'll pop this guy in the oven. And the goal with this is really, we want just like color. All we're looking for is color. And get as much flavor in and from this as possible. All right, guys, looking great. Slight cleanup. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. This guy shake. Onions, carrot, garlic. I got something in mind. Okay, we're chilling. Super simple. This is not anything crazy, obviously. Salt, pepper, olive oil. Going in the oven, 425. Probably for about 30 minutes, really. We just want to get like good color and char on that. So that will be good there. I'm trying to think what else we need to get going. We can start working on this actual sauce next. There we go, there we go. So I guess the sauce is really more accurately described as the broth. This is like my favorite part of cooking. It's like building this like crazy flavor out of like stock and broth and just having it taste insanely well. So that's what we're gonna get going next. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. The sausage. Once again, moment to cheers for all those out there. The sausage, I'm not sure how I want to have it going. I was talking with my sister about this a couple days ago, like how to present the sausage. Went over a few ideas. There's like two that are sticking with me. I think we're going to do both and then just see what looks best. Maybe we incorporate both or just pick one here. But let's get the sausage going. Actually, we need to get this onion chopped first, just so we don't have to like clean meat off of the board before we cook the rest of our veg or chop the rest of our veg. So let's do the onion real quick. This is just like an old onion I had in the fridge. We're just going to use the rest of him. Again, I should say chop, cut does not matter on this. This is going to get blended and blitzed at the end of the day, so we don't care. Oh, okay. Just fell on the ground here. Okay, so potatoes are looking good. Doing a quick stir. All right, with the sausage, the two kind of thoughts here are I'm thinking about doing these like perfect spheres, right? So perfect sphere, get it all browned on the outside, and then cut them in half and have these just like half spheres that are like deeply seared on the half like side that you split it in half. If that makes sense. And then the other way is just like the like usual like ground sausage, sautéed ground sausage, where it looks just kind of like broken up in like ununiform. I think that's a good look as well. So let's do both of those and see what happens here. For this, we just have our. Let's get this switched. Little transition. All right, so we have just a typical. This is hot Italian sausage. We're gonna do two. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of these in the fridge. Love how the white is blown out. A little bit better, maybe not. Maybe. All right, we're working with it. We're making it work, guys. Oh. Okay, with these, we're taking the casings off. Just a quick slice. And peel. And that way we can just like form it to our heart's desire. Alright, let's get this guy turned on. A little oil. And a moment to cheers, per usual. Alright, let's form these. Let's do the spheres first. Just want like maybe this size, right? Alright, uniformity is not my like forte here, so hopefully these are looking good. Alright, I think those look half alright. For the other ones, we're just gonna do these like flat little like pucks, I guess. And like break these up as we cook them through. All right. Let's see what we got going here. Turn the heat up. Get some sausage going. Like sausage and onions, like is there anything better? I don't think so, honestly. Oh. Alright, let's get round 2 going real quick while our oil is heating up. Alright. Cheers. Little rosemary, lemon, pear. How summery. That just sounds so summery. Alright, I put this rosemary leaf in my mouth one more time. Oh, alright. Tastes good, feeling good. We got our hot oil here. Let's get our balls going first. Ooh, touch the pan. It's hot. Alright, looks great. Get these basically seared heavy on all the sides. Just get some tin foil out to lay them on. Alright, turn this down just a touch. Let's move our oil about without moving the sausage. And really, the sear. We're getting a sear. We're not touching this. We're going to leave it be. Make sure I leave it be. I always touch it right after I say this. Alright, how are our potatoes doing? We're mixing all around. We're at about 20 minutes. Do a quick little knife test. I mean, I think we're chilling. I think we're done. Turn these off. Let them do their thing for just a couple minutes more. And then we're going to strain and let those chill. Where's my... Which one did I put on first? I don't even remember. Maybe this guy? Stop moving. Turn the heat down. All right, looking great. Quick little flip. Our heat is a little high on these. I turned them down. We're just cooking a little bit too fast, which is fine. We'll be good. We'll be good. All right, these guys are pretty much done. Strain these guys off. Beautiful. All right. Keep these constantly moving now, and this will like constantly keep the oil like recoating them in every single way, and then there's no issue with burning or getting too much of the Maillard reaction, like the brownness, the kind of crust on these. Keep moving these about. Turn our heat up a little bit since they're constantly moving. Looking great, looking great, looking great. All right, the other thing we're gonna get going is so much going on here. So this is also going to be our like soup base, like the liquid piece, right? Some of this is going to actually be the puree. That's going to be the tomato and carrot puree. So we're going to split the when we deglaze here, all of the like great flavor that's going to come off the bottom. We're going to split that half and half. Let's actually get this guy going a little bit sooner than later. Little olive oil because we're okay with the olive oil flavor in this. And then let's use the last of the pork fat that I have here. It's not bacon fat either, it's specifically pork fat. Alright, move these guys around. All right, we got great color on our sausage. We're taking most of this onion, putting it in here. The rest of this onion, putting it in there. Like, take a look at this guy. Oh. Where are we at? Where are we at? Can you see the... Come on, focus, brother. Focus, brother. Doesn't want to focus. All right, we're going to try this other camera. Come on, focus. And it's kind of focused, but nice color on it, like exactly what we're looking for. And then you can see the bits at the bottom here. Hit this with salt and pepper. Let's switch our view one more time. We got the transitions. All right, looking great, looking great. Let's get another cleanup going. All right, we're getting this hit with some tomato paste. We got a fresh thing of tomato paste. Love that. We're doing both of these. tomatoes, little heat waves smack me in the face. And with these, you can see we're still like getting rid of all of the liquid that's in there. You can see some of like the crust build right in here. That looks great. Needs more time. That's all that's telling us. Good little shake on it. Let's get these guys mixed. And deglazed. All right, deglazing with beef stock. All right, looking good. Oh, small spill that happens sometimes. Give this guy a nice stir. Oh, I'm gonna get onion or tomato splash all over my white shirt, which is always great. Some box mac, Lauren, dude, I love it. I had mac from the box twice last week, so cheers to that. All right, we're doing our kind of burnt tomato technique here. This is looking good so far. Let's steal some of this. Okay. So with this one, we are going to add more beef stock. We're okay with having this one extra kind of heavy here. A little bit to that guy, not a lot. All right. So we got our basis of flavor kind of, for the most part, in motion here. Move some of this stuff. I'm all over the place, guys. Lauren, it's so funny. So I was looking in the mac and cheese aisle today at the grocery store, and I saw Annie's Organic, and it looks so good, but I've never tried it. I was like a little hesitant to try it. Was there like a different flavor that you went with, or like was it better than Kraft Mac? It's a hard one. That's a hard one. All right, just a quick little update. So this one right here, this is going to be our like soup base, like the liquidy part, right? So we're going to be adding a lot to this here in a second. This one over here, this is going to be our, again, base to the tomato carrot puree. A lot going on here and a lot more to come here. So help me keep these, remember which one's which, because I'm already going to forget. Let's start seasoning this one heavily, right? So we've already built our flavor from the bottom. We've deglazed. Now let's start really like making, with any soup, any like sauce, I want the smack in the face with flavor. I want this to be like uncommonly like in your face with flavor. I don't want some bland, oh, I can almost taste this ass dish, right? So we're gonna do heavy seasoning, heavy reduction. We're gonna blend it. We're gonna blitz it. We're gonna strain it. We're gonna reducing even more. More to come here, guys. Where did I go with the? There we go. All right, let's add some butter. That looks great. turn this guy down and get our seasoning in. All right, onion powder, paprika, small amount of cayenne, white pepper, garlic powder, and then my favorite, celery salt. Let's take a look at these guys. Looking great. Get another. All right, a couple more minutes on that. Let's get our dough out of the fridge here. Let that come back up to room temp. Okay. Let's look at our. Okay. I'm all over the place here, guys. Again, I've never made any of this, so I'm like trying to get all the timing right and all of everything going at the same time. This we can let reduce. We've got this guy down a bit. The next thing we're going to do is our sauce, or our, I don't know what we want to call it, like dipping sauce for the Varenykys, these dumplings, right? So we're going to do a horseradish cream sauce. Riffing on this again, we're going to take some thoughts and ideas from other dips that I've done, but this is going to be pretty basic. The other thing I don't want to add to this is like any chunkiness, like any garlic, any herbs really until the end. The reason being is we're going to put it in like a little squirt bottle and hopefully like be able to drizzle this over. And then if you have too much like chunks in there, the squirt bottle thing doesn't work out too well. So let's get that going a little bit here. Where did the horseradish go? I'm gonna be so pissed if I misplaced the horseradish. I know I bought it, but like, I don't see it. What a bummer. Absolute bummer. Annie's about the same. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Dude, I won't lie, Lauren. I had like the Safeway version. It's like signature Mac. It was pretty good, dude. It was honestly better than Kraft. All right. I'm slightly pissed about the horseradish. I might have forgotten that. We might use wasabi instead. Hopefully I have wasabi. This is vermouth. It's like extra dry wine, basically. It's like cooking wine. We're going to add just a little bit to this. This is, again, depth of flavor. I don't know. That feels right. We'll see how that goes. There's no way I forgot the... I know I bought the horseradish. There's just no way. Found it. Found it, guys. Found it. It was already out. It was already out. I was worried. I was worried for a second. All right. We're good. All right, horseradish sauce. This is going to be a cold sauce. It's not like a warm cream sauce. Let's check on these guys a little bit more. All right, we're gonna turn this guy off and just let the rest of that kind of come up to heat there. All right, if you know anything about horseradish, this slaps you in the face. Even if you smell it, it's just like, oh my god, it's way too much. Spicy, fragrant, sweet. Even it has like a slight sweetness to it that I really like there. Like I just said, a little bit goes a long way. So let's add just like half a teaspoon maybe. Let's get the view switch, little transition. All right, so we got our little horseradish dollop. Got a little dollop of daisy coming up next. Get that guy in there. Breaking things. All right, how we doing? Can't ever do this right. It's like backwards. All right, close enough. All right, we got horseradish, sour cream, a little Worcestershire. We're gonna do a quick mayo hitter. Nothing crazy. Devin, close your eyes. More horseradish, you got it. I'm down. Honestly, we're gonna do like a little bit slow and like come into it and like see where we end up. I also want this like slightly thin, just for like ease of drizzling. All right, this needs heavy salt and pepper. And then let's do some onion powder, garlic, and our celery. Brian, you're right. It needs more horseradish. Cooked beet. Ooh. Dude, I bet the color on that's insane too. Okay. All right, we've doubled the horseradish. Let's see how this turns out. I still want more horseradish, but we're almost there. Like you feel the heat just like in the back. Like I want just a little bit more on the front, just so you get that kind of like pop. So you know what's going on, right? You know what's smacking you in the face. All right, horseradish, a touch of lemon, and then a slight amount of beef broth. Again, I just want to thin this out just a touch. All right. I really like that. All right, more lemon and more salt. All right, I like the consistency. More salt still. Okay. think we're in a good spot there. Into the fridge. And again, we're going to finish that sauce, I guess, like the Varenykys with dill as well. I think it's going to go really well. All right. Oh, let's see what these are looking like. Okay. Let's get some of this going here. A little bit of juice on this guy. Loosen him up. And let's get our blender up and running. All right, turn this guy up. Let's get our... Oh god, this is so hot. Okay, tomato, carrot, garlic. Mixture out of here. Stop me from burning myself. All right, and this was our like pureed, excuse me, not pureed. Tomato paste, onion, a little bit of this in there, and just deglazed basically. Let's add this to our mix. All right, let's switch the video so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. All right, hope you can see this in the back. We got our blender. We got everything that we've been just like oven roasting, sauteing, and we're gonna get it blitzed, and then we're gonna start reducing. And again, this is gonna be like the base of our plate. We're gonna kind of paint this sauce on, add our topping, and then pour on our hot broth. That's the plan, at least. Let's get this guy. Looking good, smelling good. All right, we got our blended, you can't tell, it doesn't look great on the screen. Blended sauce there. We're going to strain as much of this as we can. Here's my spat. All right. Pushing as much of this through just a sieve here. And then we're going to thin this out and start reducing even more. All right, add a fat knob of butter to this guy. Throw this away. Just thin this guy out here. Nice. Okay, that tastes insane. Moving this out of the way a little bit. Just a slight amount of cleanup. And then let's get back to it. Oh, we got all these Varenykys to make. And I won't lie to you, I'm worried about this dough, guys. I'm worried about the dough. I wish I had a backup too, but I do not have a backup. So these either work or they don't work. Per usual. All right. All right, let's wipe down our workstation, get a clean little station going. Whew, I feel like I'm all over the place, but it's coming together. It's coming together here. Okay. Once again, a moment to cheers, clink glasses. All right, little transition. Here's our dough. All right, and basically we're gonna roll these out into like little pucks, I guess. We're gonna see how some of these turn out and look, and kind of go from there. Size, we're gonna do about, I don't know how big we want these. Let's see what comes out. Like too much dough, but this is just a little first attempter. See what we're working with. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? All right, I don't hate this. I think this is like a good start. We can do a mild filling, like nothing too crazy, and actually stretch these out a little bit more here. So let's try this. See what we can get going with that. I'm like sweating. All right, let's get the next one going. See how many of these we can pop out here. Course. All right, not bad so far. Not upset yet. I am seeing like the elasticness that I was hoping for and looking for. My worry is that they might be too thick. So once we have these all like cut and circled out, we might still roll them a little bit thinner. And the hope there is that they will like continue to get a little bit bigger and maybe like house this filling in a better way for us. But we'll see. We are still getting there. All right, where'd my drink go? It's hot in here. The other thing I was thinking about is like dumplings across the world, right? Like I was saying this earlier. Italians have their like stuffed pasta, ravioli, whatever you want to say, tortellinis. Hispanics have the empanadas, right? Like the Polish people have the pierogies. And what do we have? What do we Americans have? Take a minute. Take a second to think about like what is our version of the dumpling. And you know, I took a second to think about it. And all that we have is the fucking pizza roll. It's either the pizza roll or the hot pocket. It's like that's what we have, and it's honestly embarrassing. Everyone else, like China has the xiaolong bao, like the soup dumpling, like one of the best creations in a long time. And what do we have? We got fucking hot pockets, you know, fucking pizza rolls. It's the same thing with like marinara or salsa or like whatever like the tomato sauce is. And what's America's? Fucking ketchup, bro. Kind of embarrassing. Kind of embarrassing. All right, the dough's working out better than I thought it would, to be honest. It's like my biggest concern. I do not know how to bake or make pastries or dough, but basically, like liquid and flour is all that's in this. So, kind of hard to mess it up, but you know, I tend to find a way. Tend to find a way to mess up the easiest thing here. But I still think these are looking pretty good. All right, so far we have 5 little circles rolled out. I'm sure this is like extremely riveting, but this is fun for me. Oh, this guy turned up. Let's get a little bit more liquid in our deal here. All right, number 6. Let's maybe do 10 of these, and we'll call it a day. Brian, all I can think about is that beet horseradish sauce. Oh, all I want to do is get beets now and add it to it. And the color just sounds like it'd be insane, like this like beautiful red, scarlet, purple. I love that thought. And just adds to the earthiness, like the earthiness of the beet. So good already. And then with like the like natural like horseradish bite, like that just sounds so good. Oops. All right, what is that? 7, 3 more. 3 more. Bear with me. All right, what is that? 8. Nine. All right, we got one more of these going. All right, so we got 10 of these guys, all good to go. They're not sticking together. Okay, these look beautiful. Let's get the rest of our mixture going. So with these Varenykys, they are traditionally like sauerkraut, potato, cheese, onion, other cabbages. Like, I don't know if I want to go that traditional. So we're gonna do a potato, cheese, onion. And to be honest, I was thinking about doing 2 different ones, but let's just do those, and then we'll wrap up this this kind of soup that I'm doing here, and we'll call it a day. So, second to cheers. Let's get a onion. I just want to do like a really fine dice on this. Might not have cut enough here. It's like the smallest piece of onion you've ever seen. A little switcheroo. All right. I like that size. I was right. Didn't cut enough. Do one more thin slice here. All right. How much potato? All right, let's put all this in a little bowl. That looks great. Let's get our potato riced. The ricer here somewhere. Oh. Beautiful. All right. So we have our rice, potatoes. We're gonna clean up. We're gonna clean up for a second. Give me like 30 seconds. All right, we're getting close. All right, so we have our potato mixture here. Rice, the potatoes. We have the onion in there. We're gonna do a quick salt MSG hitter. Quick pepper. And the worst thing is like under seasoned potatoes, right? So let's make sure we don't do that. Garlic or onion powder. Garlic. Celery. And white pepper. And then the other traditional thing that goes in here is cheese of some sort. I went with Munster and I guess we might do pepper jack. Reason being is they're very like low melting point. They melt really easily, really quickly, and they get really stringy really easily and well, which is just like a great like look and what we're kind of hoping for here. So we got seasoned. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a little piece of cheese in each dumpling here. So let's get this kind of mixed together. More spats. Go. Okay, let's start rolling these. Get a plate here. I'm gonna lightly oil it, just in case. All right, put our oil over here, or our pan, oiled pan over here. All right, I think we got to take a moment. Let's take a moment. Oh, any of you are out there with me? Now's your chance to get a refill going. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get these dumps rolled. This is like one of my favorite things. It's like again with like food prep, like chopping, and just I love like the repetition, and then like where you see your like when it's all finished at the end. Like it's a good feeling for me here. So let's get a little spoon. Let's get a little bit more flour. A little bit of an egg wash. Wow. Wow. You guys see this? You see what just happened? All right, just a little egg wash just to ensure that these like crimp and stay how they should be staying and look how they should be looking. All right, let's take our first guy. We're gonna roll him out just a little bit more. Get a little dollop. Get some of this cheese in here. A little around the edges. This is nothing new. This is basic. All right, the cheese is kind of making my day harder. All right, how we do these, I don't know if you can see this. We crimp at the top, and then you fold on one side. All right, first one could be prettier, but it looks like a dumpling to me. Let's make sure you roll these out a little bit more than the last one. I think it's important to break the cheese up a little bit more. It was kind of fighting me. A little egg wash. And again, we pinch at the top. You start pleating on one side. And then you go back the other side. Pleat the other way. Making sure we're sealed. All right, that one looks great. Another beautiful little pillow. Pleats looking sexy. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're at like 4. We got 6 more. Bear with me. Bear with me. This guy's already thin. He might just end up being a little guy. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. All right, halfway there, guys. Flour out. Give me some more flour. All right, 4 more, 4 more. Don't worry. Sorry I'm being so quiet. It's just like a little zen kind of rinse and repeat situation. Roll these guys out. A little bit bigger. Bring our heat back up on that guy. Get this guy back going. Again, our sauces we're just reducing. Nothing crazy. Don't even really need to keep eyes on it that much. All right, once again on the technique, we're pinching the top. and you just pleat one side. Pleat and pinch, make sure it sticks. Then you go back down the other side. Pleat, pinch, make sure we're sticking, and make sure we're sealed. All right, 2 more guys. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, this guy's a little full. See if we can make it work. All right, not looking too hot. A little too full. My fault. My fault. All right, we got 9 out of 10 of them going well though. 90%. I'll take it. I'll take it. Got a little too eager on the last one. It's okay. Finish this guy up, and then let's get to finishing this dish. Oh, my back is hurting a little bit. All right, I feel like I'm like undercompensating now. This one looks like a little underdone or underfilled. Okay. All right, last one here. We'll do the technique again. Pinch in the center, and then go down the sides. Little pleat, little pleat, little pleat. We get another one. Yep, another little pleat, and then go down the other side. Pleat the opposite way. See those pleats? Best pleats in the game. All right. We've got our 10 Varenykys. They look like gyozas. That's fine. Who cares? Whatever. All right. We got a lot to figure out here. Let's get some shit cleaned up, per usual. Breaking shit over here. Okay. Let's bring some of these guys back to life. I know they've just been reducing here, which is fine. A little bit of you going. Let's get a little bit of you going. All right. All right, a couple things here. Oh, spilling like crazy. Okay. We want this to be more broth based. Add some hitter to there. Let's turn the heat up. We also want to sure this guy's heat up. Okay. The tomato, I don't know if you guys remember. Let's walk us back through it. Right here. The tomato, like, this is going to be the base of our sauce. That's right where I want it. We want a little bit more salt. MSG. Let's taste our broth. We still got to blitz this guy. Let's get that going next. Okay. Let's get some butter. All right. Do you have enough liquid in this guy? Maybe. If you could see how much just like red sauce just got like thrown at my fucking white shirt. So annoying. So annoying. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Alright, we got a quick blitz on that guy. Oh! Let's get him strained. I'm using literally every piece of equipment in my place. We got our chinois and our juices. things go in the dishwasher. It looks absolutely insane. Okay, I'm not mad though. So, a few things. We got a few things left to do. Let's get this guy on a back burner, reducing. Let's get this guy. He's on heat. All right, we got all 4 burners going. We're getting wild. We're getting wild. So this is going to be our pierogies right here, or our Varenykys. This is going to be our. We're going to finish the sausage on there, reheat it, and get it all crispy. I do have to make a quick onion and cannelli bean, like kind of slaw sort of deal. Let's get that going. Where'd my knife go? Where's my knife? Where's my knife? You guys see it? Am I blind? Literally under the deal here. All right, little transition. Okay. All right, again, we're just doing like a very basic chop on this. All right, we're just rinsing these beans real quick, and then we're gonna just make super simple herbs, onions, these white beans, salt, pepper, all that fun stuff there. Need a better dish. Hit it with like a touch of vinegar and olive oil. It's even hot. What are we doing? This guy I want, just slowly coming up to heat. And then the herb I'm going to do with this is, I think I'm just going to do basil. But like onion, the what is that bean, white cannelli bean, and basil, salt, pepper, olive oil, a little bit of vinegar. Like that's gonna be a great, just like bright, kind of floral bean piece here. I know this seems like all over the place, but I promise it's gonna come together in the end, per usual. Give this a little mixture. All right, I want more green. We're gonna do some parsley as well. All right. Colors are not looking great, but I promise this looks sexy. White onion, white bean, green, basil, and parsley. Little olive oil, salt, pepper, and vinegar. Super basic, but it's gonna be bright and delicious. And then let's get some of this shit going. I keep saying that, but let's actually get it going here. So let's turn our back burner off. Is it off? Wow, it is off. Varenyky burner's looking great. Feel this guy. Hot. Yep. Okay. Let's see what I can do with these guys. Yup. Okay. I like this. I like this. Give me some of these circles. And we're just splitting these in half. They're going to give it like a good flat surface to get crispy on. We're just going to quickly finish these and crisp these up in some hot heat on this guy. All right, let's see how hot these ones are looking. Been going for a while. Maybe not. Maybe not that hot. Maybe not that hot. All right, let's get our heat up, bro. What the fuck? All right. While the rest of this is coming up, let's finish cleaning up and get rid of this. Everything back in its typical spot. You also need to do these guys. All right, we're putting these guys on. cooking these how I would cook gyoza, right? So everything's already like par cooked. We just need to like reheat it. So we're gonna sear these on the bottom, and then we're going to kind of move them around. Add some liquid, let them like really cook all the way through. Not that it's like entirely needed, but like get warm all the way through. And then we'll plate those here, get those going. All right, let's take a look at these guys. Where's my tongs? Yep, exactly what I'm looking for. Just some like really good color on the bottom, nice and crispy. Holy fuck. Burning. Okay. All right, so while those are going, we're going to actually put these in. And these here, we actually want to somewhat burn. What it's going to look like, these shallots. We're going to burn these almost like on the one side, and then we're going to kind of peel them apart, and it's going to look brown or like the kind of dark black burnt almost on like one side of the shallot, and then like these little cups that are not burnt all the way through. It's part of it. It's part of the plan. Stick with me, bear with me. Hopefully you believe in me. I promise this will all turn out. All right, let's start tasting shit. Let's see where we're at on flavor. Let's see where we're at on what needs to be adjusted. This is again our like basic soup broth. Beef, tomato, and like vermouth are the bases of the flavor. Super good. Insane. Take a look at this guy. Nice and thick, just how we want it. We're going to paint the bowl with this guy. Wow. Just like this smack of tomato and carrot flavor in your face. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of like the onion piece. All right, flipping these guys over. Let's take a look at these guys. Still need more time. All right, let's get some of our dill prepped for the finishing piece here. And I do like these like kind of large, wide pieces. Kind of hard to see. Get these switched. And I just want to like lay this on top of the Varenykys once we have the like sour cream sauce. And dill is just so fragrant and so like It's its own thing, obviously. Jesus Christ. Heat was way too high on those. All right, we're going to deep glaze, steam these bad boys up. Oh, and hopefully this all works out. Leo, look at what's going on. You see everything? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Leo, do you see it? You see what we're making? Is this scary? Alright, we got our sauces. We got our Varenykys. Alright, you're over it. You're over it. You're over it. Alright, we tried. We tried with the cat. We tried with the cat. Alright, back to getting our herbs going. We got some dill here for finishing. We got to get some chives going for finishing as well. Let's check on our onions. I love the color. Love the color. All right, let's set these aside and hope for the best. Steam these guys a little bit more. All right, all this is looking great. Let's get to plating. Let's get to plating. All right, first things first, we're gonna fill our little squeeze bottle up with this horseradish sauce. Still really hoping this works out. I don't know how I'm gonna fit any of this in here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is not going well. We're getting like a teaspoon of it in there at a time. Don't worry, we'll clean all this up here in a second. Just need to get enough of it in there to be worthwhile, you know? Leo was over it from the start. He's like, there's so much like smells and noises over here I'm not familiar with. Like get the fuck out of here. Alright, I think this is enough to like fill up in here. Let's clean this bad boy off. Alright, we got our squirt bottle full of our horseradish sauce. Unfortunately, we don't have any beets to go in here. That sounds so freaking good. Dude, funnel. Honestly, dude, Who doesn't have a fucking funnel, right? Well, you know what? I don't have a fucking funnel, so we just spooned it. We're making it work. We're making it work. All right, let's get this guy plated. This is like how this is my thought, right? So we have our basically tomato carrot like puree here that's been reducing. Let's get that looking a little bit better. And then I want to just like paint the like side of this bowl here. Let's get the brush. Let's get the brush. All right, so we got that. Let's start plating here. All right, so we have our little bean dish. Let's get our sausage. Where's my tweezers at? Where's my tweezers at? All right, let's get some of these cups. Give me these little guy. These little onion cups. In love with it. Let's do one more of these. Right there. All right, we got our little medley. Let's get a little bit more of this bean. Certain areas. All right. Once again, cameras are so insanely hard to get right here. Hopefully the white balances out. Can we focus? Can we get a quick focus? Maybe? All right, we have our base with our tomato carrot puree. We also have the little cups of onion. We have the bean. We have the sausage, and now it's really just the finishing part. And this is where like where we at? Where we at? I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place, guys. This is where the like gourmet tableside piece comes into play here. Let's get a little bit of chive going just on the topper. And then ideally, what they would do, they would set this plate down right, and then the waiter would pour this right over. Looks absolutely insane. Hit it with a little bit more chive and a little mixture. Let's get a first taste. piping hot. Wow. And it tastes just like I remember, right? Again, this is like my mom's French sausage soup, which is great, but it's always like presented in like this very odd, just pour the soup in the bowl. That's way. I think what we did here, it looks a lot better. Came out with the colors, everything's like individualized. Again, right here, it's not looking as great, but before it looked insane. Let's get our Varenykys going. Let's get those guys looking great and set up well. All right. Hopefully this. All right. Let's get this going. Let's make sure we're doing this right. I just want these like little pieces of dill just kind of laid over the top. And then we'll finish it with a chive hitter as well. God, why does the camera suck? You guys could see this in person. I promise it does not look like insane or like annoyingly bleak. See if I can get the focus. These are our dumplings. Again, I'm sorry it's hard to see. But yeah, we got it all going. We got the Varenykys, which are the potato, cheese, herb, onion filled, basically like dumplings of Ukraine. So good. About to try those. And then we had the like French sausage soup that we elevated from start to finish. Turned out insanely well. I'm excited to finish the rest of this. This looks super, super good. Shout out to Ukraine. Literally, like the dumpling of like what it needs to be, right? Thank you everyone who showed up. Will, Lauren, Brian, Kaki. I don't know who you are. I don't know how to say your name. Devin, of course. Shout out. Thank you all. I'm gonna eat and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I hope you guys do the same. God, this still smells so good. I can't freaking